Severe drought conditions in Texas have revealed ancient dinosaur footprints that date back more than 100 million years. Multiple dinosaur tracks belonging to the Acrocanthosaurus dinosaur were discovered recently at Dinosaur Valley State Park in northwest Texas as widespread droughts have caused a river running through central Texas to dry up almost entirely. Prints from the Acrocanthosaurus dinosaur were uncovered in the almost entirely dried-up Paluxy River. The 15 feet, 7-ton creature once inhabited the area over 113 years ago.
These are awesome tracks. And these are normally underwater, so you don't usually get to see these. There's a few different dinosaurs that walked this area at that time. The tracks that most people are excited about, they've seen the video or the pictures of the three-toed tracks. They look a lot like a Tyrannosaurus Rex track, but this animal lived almost as far behind Tyrannosaurus Rex as Tyrannosaurus Rex is behind us in time. So it's an animal, it's a dinosaur called Acrocanthosaurus from 113 million years ago. It was a bipedal, two-legged carnivore, small arms, very much like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but a little bit smaller. But it was still a pretty large creature. They were about 7 tons or so when they were big. So it's not a small critter for sure. And they walked through the limy, muddy seashore on the edge of the Cretaceous ocean that ran through what's now the United States. There's tons of them. So the tracks that we're able to see are the ones that are in the most danger of being eroded away. What protects these tracks, they were laid down as a dinosaur walked on these muddy seashores. And then within a few days or possibly a few weeks, sometime in the not too distant future from when they were put there, a flood covered it over with sediment. And that sediment is what protected it. And then over time, those layers of sediment turned into limestone and other stones there. And for over 100 million years, those were protected and preserved by those layers of sediment and rock. And then the river carves down through those layers and exposes the tracks. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, because without the river, we wouldn't be able to see them. We wouldn't know they were there. But once they're exposed, that's when they start to degrade. Just like any other rock, they're going to break down over time thanks to weathering and erosion. And so it can be very gradual and slow if the river's not moving much, and you won't see much change from year to year. Or you can have an entire trackway wash away in a single flood if the river's moving fast enough. Wow. Some this size. Some big claws. It is just a magical thing. I'm fairly new to Dinosaur Valley from another park in our state. And there were no dinosaur tracks where I came from. And so it just ignites that wonder and that awe that you felt as a little kid. You go to the museum and you see the skeleton towering over the top of you of some amazing dinosaur. And it's that same kind of feeling, but it's deeper than that because it's not a museum exhibit. And it makes me feel like when I look at this, I can look at a trackway of dinosaur tracks that are 113 million years old, and running right next to it could be a deer track or a raccoon or a great blue heron with tracks that look a little bit dinosaur-like because they're birds. And I can see that living animal that was here earlier in the day right next to the tracks of this animal that's been gone for over 100 million years. And it just brings home to me that this is a real animal. This is a creature that really lived and walked the earth. It wasn't just in a movie when I was a kid. And so that's pretty special for me.